Good afternoon, everyone. It's Gloria, and I'm here with Lily Beth. And today is Tuesday, and I'm going to do an outfit of the day today. I decided that since I don't have any t-shirts really to put on Lily Beth, that I would just do an outfit of the day because I have a number of cute little summer outfits that I've not yet had the opportunity to put on Lily Beth, and summer is growing to a close, so I thought I would go on and get them on her. So we're just going to do an outfit of the day on Tuesdays. And today I have on her this little Carter's one-piece dress. It is in navy blue and white pinstripes, and it's just really an adorable little outfit. Got it at the thrift store. Has a little rosette of soft coral and navy blue ribbon with polka dots, and I've matched that with a headband and also a little Carter's polka dot onesie, and then also some Carter's shoes that also have the little coral ribbon, but unfortunately on camera they are appearing more of an orange, but actually all three, the headband, the little rosette, and the bows are all the same color coral. And then Lily Beth is snuggling next to her lovey that was a gift from her Auntie Mia. It was in one of the giveaways that I won. And Lily Beth just loves to snuggle next to it. It's nice and soft and cool. It's a little muslin lovey there. And I thought today, while I have you all here, I was not feeling well last week. Excuse me, I dropped my phone. Thought I would do the 21-question tag from my sweet cupcake, and I have not had an opportunity to do these, and it says do it in less than 10 minutes, and ladies, there's no way I can do this in less than 10 minutes because I tend to add too much. That's just me. So please bear with me, and you can cut it off at any time. But here we go. What is your best feature? Well, I've been told ever since I was a little girl that my best feature was my blue eyes. Number 2, when driving, do you listen to the radio, CD, or nothing? We listen to K-Love Radio, which is a Christian contemporary station that they play beautiful Christian worship music, and I just love it. Number 3, do you prefer a window seat, booth, wall seat, or out in the aisle seat in a restaurant? I would say we prefer a booth, and I love to get next to a window if possible. Number 4, how do you relieve stress? My best stress reliever now is when my husband is off, for us to get in his Corvette convertible with the top down and just go for a drive. Preferably leave out early in the morning when it's nice and cool. And when you're going down a country road and there's not much traffic and you get to enjoy the sky and the breeze and the sunshine, the stress just goes away, and you just can't beat that. Let's see, number 5. What is your favorite TV shows or movies as a child? Well, we didn't have a television in our home until I was 13, so the only TV that I got to watch was usually on Saturday mornings at one of my friends' homes, and we always watched the Roy Rogers Show and Hopalong Cassidy and Buck Rogers and let's see, Gumby was one of the little animated character shows that we watched, and I really enjoyed all of them. Now, when I got a little bit older, got the TV when I was around 13, I started watching the Mickey Mouse Club when I got home in the afternoons, and just thoroughly enjoyed that and the little shows that they had on, like the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew. That was just lots of fun for me. Let's see. When you were a little tot, what did you want to be when you grow up? I don't remember. I know that we always played school, and I like to play a teacher, and I like to play being a nurse or a doctor and a mommy. We play dolls all the time, but as a young child, I really don't remember picking out anything that I wanted to be, but I'm sure I did. That was many years ago. Number 7, best prank you pulled off or someone did on you. This I'm not proud of at all, and it gave me a guilt trip for a long, long time, and I can't tell you how many times I asked the Lord for forgiveness, even though I knew I was forgiven. It just preyed on my mind, but it really was fun while we did it. It was my very best friend when I was in the 10th grade. Her father was in the Air Force and was getting transferred, and they were about to leave, and she had a major crush on a little boy in her class who never did seem to know that she existed, and she was rather disappointed and frustrated by the time the year ended. And so with some friends, we all got together and decided to roll his yard with toilet tissue. Before she left, we thought, we'll get in a little retribution here. And so we pooled our money and went to the grocery store, and back then you could get all different shades, pastel shades of toilet tissue, the green and blue and yellow and white and pink, and they were beautiful colors. And we picked them all and went over, and their front yard, they had some very, very tall pine trees and oak trees, and one of the friends that was with us was a football player, and he really knew how to throw a ball long and high and fast, and so we got him to throw the rolls high up in those pine trees and oak trees, and we did it over their cars and everything. We just did a beautiful job of rolling their yard, and then discovered that he nor his brother were home that evening, but we did see his parents in there watching television, not having a clue what was going on outside. So, every time a car would go by, we would run and hide behind a bush. And the next day we drove by, and all the tissue was gone. So apparently the two boys got home from wherever they had been and cleaned up the yard, and there wasn't a piece of toilet tissue left on that yard. But things like that was not in my nature to do that, and I really did feel very guilty after doing that. But like I said, it was so much fun while we were doing it, though. Let's see. If you could play any instrument, what would it be? I would have to say I would love to play the harp and the piano and the violin. All three or any one of the three. But unfortunately, I cannot read music and I cannot play an instrument. I took piano lessons as a young adult, but we had to move. My husband and I were transferred, and I had to give up taking the lessons, and I just never picked them back up, much to my regret. Let's see. If you could live in one city the rest of your life, where would it be? I'm only going, when I answer this, on what the cities look like. I've only visited one of these cities, have no idea what it would be like to live there, but I love the architecture in Charleston, South Carolina, and also Savannah, Georgia. Those are beautiful, beautiful cities, although I don't know what it would be like to live there. But I'm quite content to live where I do in Mississippi. Mississippi is a very nice place to live, contrary to what you hear a lot of times in the media. I do love it here, so I guess in actuality I would be just content to stay where I am. Let's see. Lost my place. What was the worst thing your mother ever did that embarrassed you as a child? there was a couple of things. A lot of times when we would go to church on Sunday, we sat fairly close to the front, maybe about 10 rows or so back. And I would squirm around and, not too happy to sit there for that hour. And so Mother would lean over, and instead of just tapping me or whatever, maybe she did that and I just ignored her, but she would pinch me. And that would just, because I felt like the people sitting around me could see, and that embarrassed me terribly. And one time it made me so mad that I decided to get back at her. So when she pinched me, I said out loud, I said, "Don't pinch me." And just to embarrass her, and it did. It embarrassed her very much, and I regret that now. She was just trying to make me behave. And then one other thing she did was when I was about 12 years old, going on 13, she would take me to the beauty school. We lived in Montgomery, Alabama, and she would take me to the beauty school downtown and have my hair cut short and permed. And I have very fine, baby fine hair, and it's not all that thick. And the students would just literally fry my hair, and it was just a burnt frizz, and I had to go to school like that, and that happened more than once. And so, and Mother and I got in several arguments about that, and so that was another thing. Let's see. Do you sleep with the doors open or closed? We sleep with the doors open because I have had 2 children that were born with disabilities, and I always wanted to make sure I could hear what was going on with them, to make sure that they were all right. And that was just a habit that we got into, and I also like just hearing what's going on in the house. So we have, till this day, slept with the door open. Have you ever stolen a street sign? Thank the good Lord, no, I never have, nor have I ever wanted to. Have you ever peed in the woods? Yes, I have. When I was a child, I certainly have. What are you afraid of most, insects, snakes, or spiders? I would have to say definitely snakes. What size bed do you sleep in? I sleep in a king-size bed. Best concert you ever attended? Well, this was a toss-up because when I was a young teenager living in Montgomery, Alabama, we had a radio station called WBAM that put on what they called the Big Bam shows, and they brought in recording artists from all over, and they were always wonderful concerts, just wonderful. And the best one that I ever attended as a young teenager was the one that the headliner was the Four Seasons, the original Four Seasons. And I'm telling you, they put on a wonderful, wonderful show. I'll never forget it. Some of the others I went to see there, were the Dave Clark Five. I mean, there were many, many really good, the Animals. Just lots of them. But as an adult, the best concert I've ever been to was just a couple of years ago, and my husband and I were visiting in Jacksonville, Florida, and with the Corvette Club members down there on a road trip, and we went to a Platters concert. And of course, a lot of the original Platter members have since passed on, but they have replaced those singers and with the same sound. And I'm telling you, it was so wonderful. They played, those of you who are old enough to remember, they played Blue Moon and My Prayer, and oh my goodness, just look it up online and listen to some of their songs. They're amazing, and I think we all could have sat through at least what we, and listened to all of it a second time. It was just that good. It was wonderful. Let's see. When was the last time you actually wrote a written letter? That was several years ago. to actually write a long letter. I have arthritis in my hands, and it is very difficult for me to write. I do write fairly long thank you notes, not just say thank you and, appreciate it and whatever and sign my name. I'll fill up a card, but to write a letter, it's very painful. And the ones that I used to write letters to no longer are living, and my friends now, of course, we just do emails. Let's see. How many languages can you speak? Sad to say, I can only speak English, and sometimes I butcher that. Let's see. Do you have any children? Yes, I do. I have 2 daughters. One is 43. She has Down syndrome, and I have a 36-year-old daughter who was born with essential myoclonus, which is a neurological movement disorder, and she also developed Addison's disease as she became a young adult. And both of them have accomplished great things in their lives. My oldest daughter, who has Downs, is a double gold medal winner in the International Special Olympic Games 2 different times, and also a silver medalist. And my younger daughter has earned her PhD in French literature, and I suppose I can say that I live vicariously through her, since she can speak 2 languages, fluently can speak French, and I tried to dabble in French, and am just so proud that she can. I wish I had been able to accomplish what she has. Let's see. My phone went to sleep. I'm getting these questions off the phone. Can you curl your tongue? Oh yes, I can not only curl my tongue, but I can actually turn my tongue on its side. What was your first concert and who? Well, there again, this would have been a WBAM Big Bam concert, and I don't remember who was the recording artist at that time, because they had a number of artists at each concert, but it would had to have been one of those very early concerts, and I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe Bobby V and Bobby Rydell, and anyway, it was that age, like in the early 60s. The guys, Leslie Gore was there, and she sang "It's My Party" and "I'll Cry If I Want to," and Bobby V sang "Take Good Care of My Baby," and that was my favorite song of all times. But I think that gets all of the questions, and I did go over the 10 minutes. I apologize for that, but of course some of the time was taken up just showing you sweet Lily Beth here, and I may have moved the camera all around while I was trying to read the questions, so please forgive me for that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tag, and I'm going to try to do the others and just catch up as I can. So we will talk to you again another day, and we send love and hugs from Gloria and Lily Beth. Bye-bye.